Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be playing with some new Pixi Pretties that I did receive in PR. So I do have the collaboration with That's Heart, the Heart Defensor palette here I'm going to be using. These are, I'm really excited about. These are in collaboration with Miriam Mackledge, and these are their lip kits. There's one for night and day. I really love the Matte Last liquid lipsticks. I'm not super big into lipsticks, but among the ones that I actually really like are the Matte Last liquid lipsticks from Pixi. I just think they're so comfortable, very beautiful, very easy to wear and long lasting, and very hydrating too for a matte liquid lipstick. And then this also includes a liquid fairy light. So there's a lipstick and a liquid fairy lights in each of the kits, and I love the liquid fairy lights so much. They're so beautiful, very comparable to the Stila glitter and glows. We all know this by now, they're nothing new, but I do believe these are new shades, so I'm really excited about these. Then I have two highlighters. These are their glowy powders, and these are in collaboration with Jen of From Head to Toe, and I think it's so cool they collaborated with her because Jen is actually, I believe, the very first beauty YouTuber that I ever watched. Before I even really watched YouTube, when I was mostly only blogging and stuff like that, I didn't really watch a lot of beauty YouTube, and I've said this before, but I didn't get into YouTube, you know, with inspiration from another YouTuber or anything like that. I just decided to start one. But whenever, I remember just, I think I was searching for something and her video popped up, and I really enjoyed her content and her channel. I just thought she was so beautiful, so sweet. And so I kind of have this like soft spot in my heart and mind for Jen From Head to Toe. But anyway, so I was really excited when I saw that she had some collaboration collections with Pixi too, and I tend to really love the Pixi highlighter, so I'm excited to try these out. Another item that was in collaboration with Jen From Head to Toe is this Endless Shade Stick, which looks really pretty. It's like a glittery, like cream shadow stick, but I actually don't think I'm going to use this today. I don't tend to reach for cream shadow sticks very often, and so rather than just test it out for the sake of testing on camera and just using it this one time, I'm going to keep it new in the box, set it aside. It will go in for a future giveaway. And then another collaboration item are these lip icing. So these are basically like little lip glosses, and this is in collaboration with Chloe Morello. So there are 3 shades here, and I love glosses, so I'm really excited to try these. And then lastly is another item that I won't be trying on camera, and I'm going to keep it new in the box as well, just because I'm not super big into face palettes, and I have a lot of face palettes that I don't need. I've decluttered a bunch, and I just don't see myself reaching for it. It looks pretty, but this is the Layers Highlighting Palette. It's a face and eye palette, and this one is in collaboration with Rach Loves. Now it looks like a beautiful palette. It's not that I don't think anything of it. I just know myself and I probably won't reach for it. So again, rather than just take it out just to test it out on camera and use it this one time just to show you, I'm going to set it aside. It'll be something I put in a future giveaway. So I'm sorry that I won't be testing those items out, but I will be testing some of the other items out on camera to show you guys. Now I really don't know what kind of look I'm going to do. I feel like the last couple of looks that I've done on my channel, testing out some new products and just tutorials, I feel like they've looked very similar, with kind of like a reddish burgundy in the crease and a gold color on the lid. Excuse me. Alright, that was my daughter calling. Anyways, I feel like the looks I've created have been very similar lately, with like a red in the crease and a gold on the eye, and so I'm like, want to do something different, but when I look at this palette, I'm like, it's a lot of reds and gold, so I feel like we're going to go in a similar direction. So I do apologize that the last couple of looks are going to be looking very similar, but I think I want to try to do something different. Also, these are the 2 liquid fairy lights that I got, and they're stunning. Oh my gosh, I'm going to show them to you guys up close. So the first one is the daytime one, and this is in the shade Mirage. It is seriously so beautiful, like, and I really want to put this all over my eyelids today too. It's just like a duochrome kind of glitter look. It's kind of like this corally pink shade that kind of shifts yellow gold. I don't know, it just looks so pretty, and I like really, I can't wait to use this. So that would definitely be somewhat of a similar look to some of the other ones I've done. So if I want to kind of go in a different direction, I could use this other liquid fairy lights, and this one is in the shade Starry Night, and this one is absolutely stunning as well. So it does have a black base, but the glitter is very kind of like multi-dimensional. Now it's not holographic or even iridescent looking, so it's not multi-dimensional in that sense, but there's different colors definitely reflecting. I can definitely see kind of a green glitter in there, a gold, and maybe a silver, and then like a bronzy brown kind of glitter, but it looks so unique and so pretty. And so I kind of think maybe I want to do something with this, because then we'll definitely have a different look. Okay, I decided to swatch them out so I can really get a better look at them. And the one called Mirage is definitely much more of a softer kind of metallic-y liquid shadow, whereas the one called Starry Nights has that darker black base with much more of a chunkier glitter. And if I use the one Mirage, we're definitely going to go in a very similar direction to some of the looks I've been doing, like I said. So I think I am going to go ahead and go with the darker one, Starry Night, just so we could create a very different kind of look. It's definitely going to be much more of a nighttime look, but and I really don't know what I'm going to do, but we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Alright, I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with a little bit of concealer and then an eyeshadow primer. The concealer possibly is not necessary for everybody. I just want to use it because I do have dark circles and I want to cancel out a little bit of that darkness, so I have more of a blank base for these shadows to go on top of. And then I decided to use the Milani eyeshadow primer because it's a really great drugstore affordable primer, and since I am using a drugstore products, I thought I'd kind of just keep it cohesive with today's video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a fluffy blending brush and go into this top kind of light orangey shade. I believe the shade is called Oh He Got Money. And I'm going to take that into my crease. Okay, that's a really nice, soft, pretty color, giving very even but light pigmentation. It is a light shade, so I mean, I didn't expect it to have a ton of color. Alright, now I want to add a little bit of depth right away, so I'm going to go into that bottom matte brown shade called Coffee with a very small blending brush. This is the Stilazzi Mini Crease Fluff, the L217. I usually always try to mention this brush because I always get questions about it. And then if anybody was curious about the brush I was using before, it's the Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush. Okay, this isn't as dark as it's kind of looking in the pan. I am needing to dip back in a few times to build this color up, but it is blending well into the other shade. Alright, so I think from here what I want to do is just go right in with the Liquid Fairy Lights Starry Night and just put it right on the lid, and it'll be kind of like a dark, sparkly, smoky eye. That's what I think I would normally do if I was just doing this look alone, but I kind of want to test out another one of these shades. So just so you guys can see in action, I want to try out the little shimmer shades, and then I will put the glitter on top of it, and then we can kind of, it'll be a little bit of a day to night look. Like obviously I'm not going to finish the day portion fully to complete. I'm going to put the glitter on top of it, but at least you can see how these perform in action, see what it looks like, and then I'll show you how we can transform it hopefully with the Liquid Fairy Light. So I was looking at the glitter in here up close, and what I think will pair the best with it is this really beautiful kind of orangey copper shade. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay that down with my Beauty Junkies Pro Detailer, and I'm going to place it down on its own without any help. And if it's not looking the way I want it to look, I will go ahead and go in with some Morphe setting spray, as you guys see me do all the time when I really want to amp up a shadow. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not really laying down, which I'm pretty sure the other Pixi shadows that I've tried are like this too. So I am going to go ahead and just pick up some shadow on my brush, spray it with my Morphe setting spray, and then lay it down, and that will usually work a lot better. Alright, now as you can see, that definitely lays it down quite a bit better. It gives a little bit more pigmentation and lets that shine show up real well. This is actually a really, really beautiful shade. Alright, so I want to give you guys a close-up of how the eyes are looking. This is just a very, very simple, quick and easy look, but would be really lovely daytime look, very soft, very pretty, very fall-esque. And I think if you wanted to amp it up a little bit more, if you did go in with the shade Mirage of the Liquid Fairy Lights, that would be so, so pretty. So you can do that, and I think it still would be a very daytime appropriate kind of look, but with just a little touch of glam. But as I said, we're gonna make this a little bit more of a nighttime look by amping it up with the Starry Night Liquid Fairy Light. So hopefully this comes together well. Alright, so these do have a very nice doe foot applicator, so I'm going to go ahead and just use that to apply it slowly to the center of my lid and kind of build it up as needed. And if I need to use a brush to help blend it around, then I will do that, but we'll just see how things go as we go. Alright, so this is laying down pretty nicely. I am trying to keep my eyes looking downward as much as I can so I don't have any kind of transfer or creasing or anything like that. I am needing to kind of pat and build up the color because even though this has a dark base, it's not like super opaque. It is a little bit sheer, so I'm kind of just tapping and building up the depth and opacity of the base as well as the glitter just slowly. And it's building up on itself very, very nicely. I do think I will need to go back in and blend a little bit of shadow around the edges just so it doesn't look like such a harsh line. So that'll be kind of neat because it'll give us an idea to see how shadows will blend over this. I'm gonna imagine that you really won't want to do too much blending over these because it might blend some of the glitter away, but we will test that out just to see what we can get away with. Alright, I let it dry down a little bit, and so I'm going to go ahead and blend a little bit more of that shade Coffee with that small blending brushes just right on the edges so it doesn't look so harsh. Alright, so I did notice a little bit of the glitter sloughing off right where I was blended, which is kind of to be expected. So obviously you do want to do most of your blending beforehand or, you know, try to be as precise as you can where you place the liquid fairy lights. But I mean, I don't mind that that some of the glitter came off where I blended on the edges, but it's still there on the lid. So that's great. But anyway, so this is more of the nighttime look. Again, very, very simple, but really, really pretty looks. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add that same color, that matte brown in the shade Coffee, to my lower lash line with that same small brush. Alright, now before I finish off the rest of the eyes, I do want to get the rest of my face on. I'm just going to be using some products from my makeup basket this month. I'm going to go ahead and film me doing it, but just speed right through it just so you guys can see what I'm wearing and how we're going along with this look. But I'll just set it to music and speed right through it. Alright, face is on. Now I want to complete some of the eyes. I think I want to use at least one more shade in here. I kind of want to use this kind of like creamy, warm shade as a little bit of a brow bone, see what it looks like. And then I was thinking for the inner corner of doing this, using the same shadow, but I kind of think I want to use one of these because I have two of these highlighters to use and I kind of want to use both of them. So this one is called Wednesdays and it is a pinky highlight, and then this one is called Fetch, which is a little bit more of a kind of corally peach highlight. So I think I'm going to use Wednesdays on my cheeks, And I'm going to use Fetch for like an inner corner highlight. But first, like I said, I want to test out this shade here, which is called Feb 4th. Ooh, it's really pretty. So it's very, very light, clearly. It's very close to kind of my skin tone. Obviously a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but meshes really well with my skin tone. And while it is mostly matte, it has a little bit of a sheen to it, which is just enough to kind of give a little lift to my brow and my look here and give a little bit more of a softer focus blend, if you can tell. It's a very subtle thing, not something necessary. I just wanted to test it out just so I had one more shadow to try. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and test out the shade Fetch with a pencil brush and bring that to the inner corner of my eyes. Ooh, I'm really glad I tried that for an inner corner highlight. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so to finish off the eyes, keeping with the Pixi theme, I'm going to use the Pixi Endless Silky Eye Pen in the shade Graphic Grayish for my waterline and to tightline with. Alright, now before I finish up the eyes with mascara and do my brows, I am going to go ahead and use the other highlight that I got, just because I like to do my mascara and brows last, because if I'm using powders, they tend to kind of stick into the mascara and stuff like that. I don't like the way that looks. So that's the last thing I do. So I'm going to go in and try the glowy powder in the shade Wednesday. It's so, so pretty. And judging by the shade Fetch, it's super pigmented. So I'm going to try to go in very lightly and sparingly and see how it goes from there. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Even though it went in fairly light, it still gives a really gorgeous glow. And I did bring it down over my my blush for a nice glowy blush. Ooh, it's so, so pretty. And I'm going to use this duo fiber brush just to kind of tone it down just a smidge. I think it's super pretty, but I just want to tone it down just a little bit. Alright, with most of my face done, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows and lashes off camera. Alright, I am back. Brows are done. I just really quickly threw some Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in them. I didn't really feel like going crazy with my brows, so they may look a little bit messy, but I'm cool with it. And then I just decided to stick with mascara for my lashes. I used the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara, and I was really happy with the way they look, so I didn't really feel like putting on lashes. So here's a close-up of how my eyes look and these shadows. Let me know what you guys think. This glitter is seriously so, so pretty, and I really loved the way this look turned out. It was very, very quick and simple, but really, really pretty. And I think if you're someone who maybe is a little bit afraid of glitter or not used to applying it, doesn't like the hassle of it, these liquid fairy lights are the perfect thing to use, because you can get that glitter and it applies so easy, so quick, and it's really sticking to the lid and just looks so, so pretty. So you have this pop of sparkle and glam that is very, very simple and beautiful. I'm just so happy with the way this looks. And even though it is a little bit of a darker look with that darker liquid fairy light, I don't think this is necessarily not daytime appropriate. Like, I feel totally fine wearing this in the daytime, although this could be a nighttime look for some people. So it really just depends on your preference, but I still think this is kind of like a day and or nighttime look. I really like the way it turned out. I'm really, really happy with it. I hope you guys like the look too. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the lip product. I think I want to try one of the glosses first on its own, just so I could see how they feel. And I'll let you guys know my first impressions, thoughts of them. And then I'll try one of these just to show you the shades. So I kind of want to try, this isn't going to go with my look, but I kind of really intrigued by the shade Bonbon. So Bonbon looks like a kind of darker pink. Let me go ahead and take these out of the packaging so you can see. Oh, that's like a vibrant pink there. Okay, and then this one is Parfait. A little bit more of a iridescent pink. Really, really cute. I don't think actually any of these are going to go with the look I did today, so it's not really going to matter. The next one is called Sorbet. Oh, this is so pretty. It almost looks neon, but this is definitely an iridescent color as well. Kind of a periwinkle. Is that the right color? Like periwinkle is like a cross between like a light blue and a purple. I think that's what this color would be described as, but that's really pretty. So here they are. Oh my gosh. Oh, I kind of want to see this blue one just because I want to see how this is going to look. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. I imagine it'll be sheer, so I don't think the color will show up very much, but we'll see what it does. Oh, yeah, actually it kind of does show up pretty well. So it has a little bit of a, ooh, orange creamsicle scent. And it's very like a creamy, smooth texture. Yes, I love it. It has a thicker texture. It's not too thin. I like the texture. I like the way this feels. Very, very creamy. Definitely don't think this color is flattering on me, especially with this look, but I really just did want to test it out. This would definitely be something I think that would be better as a lip topper, not necessarily a gloss on its own, at least for me, my skin tone. I'm not super into cool tones for myself, just because I don't think cool tones mesh well with my warm olive skin tone. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. You know what, I might as well try some of the other glosses too real quick, just to show you what they look like. So let's go in with Parfait, this lighter one. Just because it surprised me, the color that it had. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I don't know if you can see it on camera like I can. Maybe I have to zoom in a little bit. That's really pretty. It's very, very sheer, but like the color gives off, it seriously almost looks neon. Very subtle but pretty. It almost matches the highlight shade. Oh, I like. That's pretty. These feel really moisturizing on the lips too. Even as I'm wiping it off, I'm still like having some moisture left on my lips. They're very, very comfortable. I like that. Okay, so let's go in with the dark pink. This one is Bonbon. Okay, so again, this one is definitely sheer. I don't feel like it shows up as much just because there's not as much contrast to my lips as the blue one, obviously, but this one does show up quite a bit more than the lighter pink, I think. Really, really pretty, very comfortable. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the matte liquid lipsticks. So we have the shade Posh Nude. Oh, this one I can already tell is going to be one that I really, really like. I tend to really gravitate towards the nude shades, especially. The shade Matte Beige is one of my very favorites from the Matte Last line, and it looks very similar to this. So I know I'm going to really like that, and I feel like obviously a nude's going to pair well with this look. And then the next shade we have is called Coral Bang. And I think this actually would look pretty good with this look as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just try both of them on so you guys can at least see them swatched. Might as well, just in case you are interested in either one of these kits that have these in there, just so you can see what they look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the nude shade first. And I feel like I say it every single time I use these lipsticks, but these, the doe foot applicator on these is so unique, very precise, and I just love it so much. It's one of my favorite applicators. Okay, this shade looks very, very similar to my actual lip color. It's kind of strange. I will just say, like right off the bat, I love the shade. I think it's so, so pretty. Oh, it's like the perfect nude. But I could just be saying that because I feel like it's very similar to my lip color. I really like this. I almost don't want to take it off. I think this look like this is perfect, and I'm really, really happy with it. But I do want to go ahead and show you guys the second shade, so I am going to go ahead and take it off, and we'll try on the last shade and then wrap up this video. Ooh, now that is a vibrant shade. Gorgeous. Okay, honestly, I really love this shade. It's so, so pretty. Oh my goodness. It's very bright and vibrant for this look, but I still think it pairs really, really well with the eyes and with this look. So yeah, this is the completed look. I'd love to know what you guys think. Before we go, I do want to kind of go over the products I tried and share some of my first impressions, thoughts. I'll give you guys the prices of things as well. First, let's talk about the palette. So the palette is $20, which I like hardly ever get calls, and then I'm getting all kinds of calls. So that was my son this time. Okay, anyway, so the palette, like I said, is $20, which isn't really surprising. That's a very common price range for Pixi palettes. But I will say that I'm not a fan of the Pixi eyeshadows. I think they're cute. I think this color scheme is nice, but as you saw, like, placing the shimmer, the metallic-y shade, didn't go on very well on its own. It definitely needed help with setting spray. That may or may not bother some people because most people already use a setting spray possibly. Like, I usually use setting sprays quite a bit with the shadows I use anyway, so that's not a big hindrance to me, but I just feel like I've always felt like Pixi shadows are not the best quality, and also the packaging's not that great. It's just a very cheap packaging, and I just feel like they're just overpriced for what they are. Like, you can pay $20 for the Milani palettes, and I think you're getting more shades. There's like 12 shadows in the Milani palette. This same scheme, color scheme, I think the Bold Obsessions palette is this same color scheme for $20, or actually less, because some people can get those palettes for $15. Anyways, and the quality of those shadows are just so much better. They perform better. You get better pigmentation. The metallics in there really go on beautifully without any help needed, and I just like those better, and I just am not a big fan of the shadows from Pixi. There's so many other products from Pixi that I really, really love, but I've just never really been a big fan of their shadows. And then even the mattes, while they went on smooth and been blended beautifully, they didn't have as much pigmentation as I personally prefer for shadows. I know some people don't mind a shadow needing to be built up or having less pigmentation, but for me, I like shadows to really show up and give you the good pigmentation, whereas these are just a little bit lackluster in my opinion. So this wouldn't be a palette that I see myself really reaching for more so after this, or that I would have purchased myself, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. And even for somebody who's even a beginner, or maybe if you want to gift it to someone who's a little bit younger, because it's $20. And while that's not like crazy expensive in the realm of makeup and palettes especially, I just think for this, I don't really like that price. $15, I would like this the price better. $12 I think would be better in my opinion, considering the quality and the packaging. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't really like the price range. I think it's a pretty little palette, and if you like it and you saw the way it applies and you like the way it applies, then, you know, do whatever you think, but me personally, not my preference. All right, and next up, the Lit kits that include a liquid fairy light and a matte last liquid lipstick. These I think are a total win. So I had to look these up, and the price on these are only $18, which I think is a fabulous deal, because the liquid fairy lights on their own are $15, as well as the matte last liquid lipsticks on their own individually are $15. So this is a $30 value that you're getting for only $18. So I really think that's a good deal. These are among my favorite types of products from Pixi. They're liquid lipsticks and the liquid fairy lights. I think they're gorgeous. I love this color. I know this one might not be as wearable. This is the one that comes with the more wearable shade of the liquid fairy lights, whereas the nude, more wearable I'm saying that in quotations because I know that's very subjective, but for the everyday average consumer, I think the more wearable lip comes with the maybe not as a wearable liquid fairy lights. It's really shaken things up, but I do think this is so beautiful. So I'm glad I used this. I feel like this liquid fairy lights is one that maybe would be a little bit more intimidating to most people, so I'm glad I used it today to show you guys it in action, and it's not as intimidating as it looks, and this is a really beautiful look. So anyways, I would recommend these. These would be great gifts for, you know, stocking stuffers, for friends, you know, your daughters, whatever, yourself. Like, this is a really great deal. So I totally would recommend these. Very excited about these. I think that's just, oh, I'm so excited. What a great deal these are. Let's talk really quick about these glowy powders. I think they are beautiful. They definitely pack a punch. As you can still see, like that gorgeous shine. I did take it down a notch, but I still have a gorgeous shine. The inner corner using it as an inner corner. Such a beautiful pop. This is a pretty big highlighter. These are very soft, creamy highlights, so you can use them on your face and you can also use them on your eyes. I think they'd be gorgeous shadows. Now these are $16, so they're a little bit more expensive in my opinion for like a drugstore highlight, you know what I mean? But Pixi Beauty does tend to have higher prices, especially for their highlighters. Well, and as you can tell, like the palettes is a little bit more of a higher price tag than typical other drugstore products, and some products in my opinion are worth it, some not so much, like the eyeshadow palette. These, it really is just subjective. Do you need a new highlight? Do you like these shades? Because these aren't like super conventional shades. And are you comfortable paying that price? I think it is reasonable. I think they're beautiful. I like that these are a little bit more pigmented and a little bit deeper, so they're gonna work for, I think, a bigger variety of skin tones. And so I really like that. I think they're both really beautiful, and if it's worth it is really more so just what you think. I think they're really nice, and I think that's not a terrible price in the grand scheme of things concerning the, you know, highlights and stuff like that. And then the quality of these, like the quality of those is just really, really great. I mean, honestly, the shimmers and these highlight formula perform better than the shimmers in the eyeshadow palette. So like, I don't know why it's different or why they, I mean, like, I kind of feel like if they put their highlighter formula into the eyeshadow formula, it'd be so much better and so much more worth it. But yeah, these perform gorgeous, so much better than the eyeshadow palette. So anyways, moving on to the last thing that I actually tried today, the lip icings. Now these are $14, which is a bit pricey for a gloss as well, but I do think these are really, really nice. The colors are a little bit unconventional than most would wear. This one especially is just a little bit more fun, but I'm sure there are people out there who look good in cooler toned products. This not so much for me, but I do think these are fun and they would be really great as lip toppers, and they are so comfortable and just very, very hydrating. I could tell that even though I didn't wear them very long, but I can tell how hydrating they are and would wear just based on the fact that even when I wiped them away, my lips still felt so moisturized, almost as if I'd put lotion on them. I mean, that's weird because lotion on your lips doesn't work, but you know what I mean? How your skin feels when you put a good lotion on and it just suddenly feels just plump, hydrated, and moisturized. It was like that feeling left on my lips, and it was just really, really wonderful. So I really enjoy these. Now these are the 3 shades that are in collaboration with Chloe and Morello, but Pixi does sell other shades of their lip icing. So if these shades are not like super it for you and you're interested in them, they do have 6 other shades in their just normal line of lip icings, and they actually look really, really pretty and very intriguing to me. So yeah, I really like them. I'm a major gloss girl, so I'm a fan of these, and I really like the formula. So if that price doesn't bother you, I do think they're worth checking out. I think they're really, really great and they feel amazing. So anyways, that is it for this video, testing out some new Pixi Pretties and creating this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these products if you have tried them. If you have not tried them but are thinking about picking anything up, if you have any questions, anything that I maybe didn't think to talk about or cover in this video, please don't hesitate to ask. I'd love to be able to update you guys with any information that you want or need to know. But with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!